Hello everyone, Junk Diver here. I'm gonna do a red white ally equipment deck tech, so let's get started. Here's the deck list. Pretty straightforward. It is mostly budget, except for the sideboard, which you can see with Gideon, Secure the Waste, and Declaration in Stone. So onto the build. Creatures, we have 4 Expedition Envoy, 2 1-for-1 Great Ally, so triggers a rally, which we have a few rally things in here. We got 4 core Blade Whirl, 2/2 first strike when it enters and gives everything else first strike. Just great 2-drop. Same with Stonehaven Outfitter. It pumps up everything that's equipped and replaces them when they die. Just great with our artifact subtheme. More creatures. We got 3 Lantern Scout. Lifelink is great, especially against things like Black Green Collected Company or any sort of aggro deck. Just great. We're only running 3, but we have the 4th on the sideboard just in case we needed to get something like Collected Company or aggro. 2 Firemantle Mage. Menace is great, but you don't always need it, so that's why we only have 2. And we have ways to kind of dig for it if we do need it. And then 4 Weapons Trainer. Great, pumps everything up. Really good with Captain's Claws, which we'll get to in a bit. Here's our other creatures. Here's what I'm talking about to find the Firemantle Mage. We got Munda, 3/4 haste for 4, triggers rally, and when it gets a rally trigger, you look at the top 4 and you can put any ally cards on top of your library. So it just filters your draws and it's all around great. And then the 1 Resolute Blade Master, just a fun of. Double strike is fun, but you don't always need it. And if you have the first striker out, it kind of makes that just a bland sort of interaction there, kind of a non-bow there. Spells, we have Stasis Snare. You could use Declaration Stone if you wanted to. I prefer Stasis Snare as it's great against man lands, but that's all personal preference. Obviously, this is a cheaper option, but I like the flash aspect of it. The equipment, the part that puts everything all together, we got 4 Captain's Claws, probably the best equipment in the deck, as it widens the board, triggers rally, pumps up our guy, just all around great. 3 Bonesaw, it's cheap, free, cheap, so you get it on turn 1. It triggers our Weapons Trainer for just a card. It's great, and then you can always equip it if you need to, which, if you have extra mana, you usually do. And then 1 Stoneforge Masterwork, excuse me. It's great. You don't really need more than 1. I only run the 1 because I don't feel it's necessary to run more than 1. But when you get it, it's great, but you don't want to have too much of it, as it is kind of a slow card to get, and if you only have 1 creature, it doesn't do anything at all. Lands 4 ally encampment, great for fixing mana, but also that third ability is monumental in the deck, especially against control or removal heavy builds. It's just great to bounce something back and then trigger rally again next turn. 4 Battlefield Forge, nothing much to say there. Needle Spires, only running 2 because they come in tapped, but they're great, especially if everything of yours gets removed. You have a 2/1 double striker on the field. If you have a Weapons Trainer and equipment, it's a 3/1 double striker. Just all around good. 9 plains, 3 mountains, not much to say there. And then the sideboard, here's where the big money hits. So obviously you can cut things down here if you want to play budget. I just happen to have these cards, so that's why I'm running it this way. 2 Scab Clan Berserker, great against especially green-black Seasons Past. All around good. I usually take out the Lantern Scouts for them in that sort of situation, as you don't really need to gain life. Ear Interlude, great against control and sweepers. Gideon, same thing there. They have to deal with it. If not, they're getting hit for 5 every turn, and you can always emblem. Secure the Waste, great against control. I usually put it in, and you can always get the rally triggers on those creatures, which is great to get a bunch of 1/1 menaces, stuff like that. 2 Roast, haven't really brought them in against anything, but they're there just in case I do get matched up against something. And 1 Rending Volley for white humans. 2 Hankerback Walker, this is something I would definitely change. I'm just not sure what to. Not really good at all. It kind of slows it down, doesn't really fit in with the deck at all. Not a huge fan of it in this. And then the 1 of Declaration Stone, I was originally running 1 in the main board, and then I took it out, put in another Stasis Snare, and put it to the sideboard. And then I forgot to put it here, but there's also 1 Lantern Scout in the sideboard. So that's the deck. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely if you want to stay tuned for more decks, and definitely stay tuned for more. Thank you.